Yo, what's up, guys? Back with another kind of video reflection of like my training um, for this past week. So as always, we'll start with Tuesday session, which is bench. I recall this what's it called? This session being like all right. I didn't feel 100% on bench, but obviously I'm gonna try my best. It was kind of tough for me to stay warm, so I threw on the hoodie. But overall, I think things moved pretty well. So you saw me run 100 kilos, and then I did a single 110 for a warm up. Felt good. Jump into 115 kilos, and I don't know. I think this week's training wasn't as good as the previous weeks, and I'm kind of learning to take, kind of find the wins on anything, because it's good to stay positive. Obviously, you can feel down about training, but it's all right. I'm actually recording this right now on Sunday after my pull session, and I don't know, I don't feel amazed by it, but we work with what we got and we keep working, so that's all that really matters. So anyway, I took 122 and a half or 270 pounds for single here, and you'll see how it moves exactly. Not bad. It moved pretty quick, which is awesome. I mean, like, I have my all-time bench PR is like 300 pounds, so like I'll take it. I mean, I was kind of, I had some fatigue from the previous week. I've been in a slight deficit just because I kind of let myself eat a little bit for the past couple weeks. So I'm trying to, drop down to like 95-ish kilos, 94-ish kilos, which is, I'm really close to it. I'm like high 95 right now, but I feel really comfortable on 94. Anyway, my back down work never got recorded because I had some issue with my phone storage, but I ran 97 and a half and 102 and a half kilos for sets of back down sixes, and they moved really well. So not much to complain about. It was average, really nothing that important, but here we have my accessories. So I've actually been really trying to stress accessories. And I know I've been saying that for the past couple of sessions, but I just really wanted to like kind of build things up and let things come together because they're important. There's a reason why you program them. So yeah. Anyway, so I had the T-bar rows and the lat pull downs, and we're here on the tricep extensions, and everything moved, well. They are accessories. I actually changed up my lateral raises. Instead of doing it with dumbbells, I ran with the cable machine because back when I used to do a little more bodybuilding oriented work, I enjoyed that more. I feel like the stretch is better, the range of motion is greater, and I don't know, just like you don't have like it's hard to build momentum with the cable if you do it like kind of right. And I was just really focusing on getting that squeeze because I've been really just slacking on my lateral raise work. So just kind of focus on everything better. Progress is the main goal for for anything when you're training. But anyway, we're jumping to Thursday. Thursday, if you don't remember, is my SBD sessions. So we started out with a warm up. Worn up with 120 kilos, or what is it, 265 pounds. I mean, squats moved really well. And you'll see in the videos, they just all just fly, and that's amazing. But for some reason, everything just kind of felt like a brick on my back. Everything was so heavy for no reason. I do not understand why. But yeah, it is what it is. So yeah. Um, what to talk about? Well, I just kind of reiterate. I've just really been focusing on the things I have been in the past couple weeks. So just driving the elbows down, getting comfortable with this new squat grip because I brought my grip in by finger. So instead of my ring finger on the knurling ring, I actually have my pinky on it, and it feels better because the main goal was just to get the elbows down and have the grip really tight so my back could be super tight. I could get that passive back drive from the vertical elbows. So this is 165. I kind of had to amp myself up for this because, like I said, everything just felt like a brick on my back, but like you'll see that this moves. I think that the work we've been doing on Sunday to focus on rooting is actually really shining through. Now because I can really feel that connection to the ground. I'm really trying to press with my whole foot. And it's funny because that's something I saw in like a Bryce Lewis video, kind of him talking about what cues he uses for deadlift, and he was like focused on pressing with the whole foot. And I mean, obviously this could go to squat too, and you'll see here this is 172.5 kilos, really light for me, and it fucking flew. So yeah, I've been really focusing on pressing with my whole foot and making sure I have that balance. And actually, we're getting down to the back down work, which was really my focus for the session. Obviously, I want the single to move well, but I chose the lower end of my weight range for the single just because I wanted to reserve for some for my back downs. Um, because 155 kilos for sets of 5 isn't anything crazy for me, but this weight is becoming consistent, and I really just wanted to focus on executing, and I think that's what I did here. So I've been deliberately for the past couple weeks slowing down my squat descent as how I used to squat. For some reason, I just randomly started dive bombing the hole, which you don't want to do. And I think the slower squat descent is actually helping me tons because it lets me get control, and I still get some stretch reflex. And it's not like I'm doing a tempo squat or anything. I'm just really just focusing on slowly getting to the hole, having even pressure on the foot the whole time, and like just pushing with my whole foot once I get to the bottom. And I mean, things move really well. I dropped it 5 kilos, even though I shouldn't have. After that first set of back downs, I think I was just kind of being cautious. And honestly, like as lame as it is to say, I think I was a little scared. Not that I would fail, but just like I didn't want to just be pushing these squats and have my hips shoot up and be using my lower back like I have in the past. And I actually don't think this is an issue for me anymore, but I was just being cautious. But yeah, I mean, these squats moved really well. These squats moved really well, and you could see that um, everything is just going towards what I've been working towards. So I'm, all around, I'm pretty happy. I'm actually really happy that 150 kilos is nothing now. Not that it was anything super difficult before, but it's just like, like I don't have to be like, oh shit, it's 150. It's just like, now that's what I put on the bar, and I know I'm going to execute. Thursday is my secondary bench day, so I had a single, 115 kilos with some lazy plate loading. Moved super well. No complaints there. It felt like a brick in my hands, but that's what you're going to get with a second bench day. Back down work with 100 kilos, and it was just triples. I could take 100 kilos for sets of like 12 if I wanted to, but on the secondary day, obviously I can't. And I mean, everything just moved well. Just really focused on like driving my back into the bench and staying tight. And yeah, um, I really don't know what happened this week with bench, but it really felt like my arch wasn't as tight as it was the previous week. And I think that could be due to lack of mobility work. I do my mobility work on the daily, but I don't, for some reason, I just totally forget that I'm supposed to like be stretching out my T-spine, and I should be doing like cat cows and like putting my arms on the bench and really getting that deep stretch. So I really just have to get back into it. But like all in all, I can't complain. Not that I have like a huge arch, but I definitely want to maximize the setup. And yeah, so deadlifts, we're warming up on that because Thursday's the SBD session, and I gotta say everything moves like I was actually really happy with Thursday's deadlift session. Obviously, this is what 70 kilos right now, so it's negligible, but it was, warm ups were feeling good. I felt in position and things were great. So for deadlift, since we've been doing this rehab on technique and lower back and everything, I found that the way I should be pulling is I should have a toe angle a little more forward and not as much like toes towards the plates, more like straight. Obviously this isn't super straight, but I used to have like a really wide toe angle. So I brought that in, and I brought my stance in. I kind of want the knurling to be like mid-ish, like close to the shin type of situation, instead of like previously when I would step outside of the knurling rings and it was just too wide for my mobility. But yeah, warm-ups on pause deadlifts go well. 160 kilos was just that last warm-up, and we got 4 sets of singles on pause deadlifts with 170 kilos. really happy with how these moved. Technique was on point. Pause was good. Um, I think I was supposed to hold it for a little longer, but I was just too psyched up. But yeah, I mean, literally no complaints. I think we've really just been trusting the process, and deadlift seems to be paying off now, and I could not be happier. The only thing though is hook grip has kind of been finicky recently, just because I keep pulling this callus on my thumb, and I keep tearing it and not letting it heal, and I just keep being too stubborn. But other than that, there's nothing really I can complain about. Back feels good. I feel more leg drive, and yeah, I think that brings me to really what I wanted to talk about to like fix this deadlift. Um, I figured out the cue I needed was to pull my chest through. So instead of wedging my hips down, it's pulling my chest through. That will set my hip height, and that pulls tension out of the bar. Everything feels great. So anyway, we're on Friday's session, which is 97.5 kilos for 3 sets of triples. Oh no, 4 sets of doubles. Um, and things move really well. I mean, like this new kind of tempo day is only like about 2 months old or 3 months old. So like I think I've finally adjusted to it, which kind of sucks because it took like what 2 blocks to adjust to, which is a third bench day. But I think the payoff is huge because if I think how I'm thinking about it is I was benching twice a week and um, getting in enough recovery so that my Tuesday primary bench day was going well, and now I have a third bench day with almost equal strength to prior um, on my primary days. So it seems like my body really got used to taking that workload, and I think this tempo bench day is doing really good for my technique overall. Like I'm really focusing on kind of slowly getting to my touch point and then just focusing on leg drive because I was guilty of doing zero leg drive throughout the whole bench, throughout the beginning part of the bench, and then just pressing with leg drive. But it seems like to hold the arch that I want to have, I need to be constantly pressing with my legs and then just giving it a little more gas on the way up. Um, so we're getting to accessories on my Friday, and we started doing these wide grip rows, and I think that's really helping me with my bench. I actually really love these. I think the isolation for the lats and everything is really good, and the rear delts too. So I'm really focusing on protracting the scapula, really like letting my kind of arms hang and get pulled by the weight, and then just pulling with my back and tightening and retracting my scapula. And I think with that full like scapular range of motion, it's gonna really pay off on my bench. Recently, we actually threw dips into the mix, and I think these are also gonna pay off well. I think I do kind of do not as much chest work as I should be, and even though I'm benching 3 times a week, I still need those accessory days. Um, so with my Fridays having dips and like pec flies, I think I'm really getting some beneficial chest work in the mix, and obviously the pump feels great, so I enjoy it. Here notice the pec flies, easy shit. My chest was already filled with blood at this point. I had so much sodium the day prior, and obviously the pre-workout helps a lot with pump. So like things felt great, and you know, just to throw on more, the tempos really give me a crazy pump. Anyway, we're on to Sunday. This was today, and Sunday is pause squats with a single with 3 sets of triples, and then a deadlift single with two sets of back down sixes. So we're warming up here on pause squats. Everything felt money today. Like I don't know what it is, but like for some reason, like my pause squats have been getting a lot better. Sundays I just used to be too fatigued to do anything on squat, and everything would feel like shit. But this felt amazing. Really getting comfortable sinking into the hole and staying there. And the pause squats really helped me with my slower descent, so I think it's really paying off. Um, Again, we're taking 155 kilos for it, but this time it's a single. And dude, honestly, it moved at like a 6, sub 6. I really felt like I could rep this. It felt money. I really wanted to go up, but with the fatigue I've been accumulating, I didn't think that was a good idea. And also, I just like my glutes are still super sore from Thursday's session with the crazy volume work I had. And I even have crazier volume work um, on Thursday. So, yay. Um, Back down triples, 132.5 kilos, negligible work. What is that? I think like 292 or something. But yeah, these felt really good. Just kind of really got down, sat in there, just focus on technique, reiterating what I've been trying to do, back tightness, elbows down, and just staying comfortable in the whole big brace, everything. And I think I kind of mastered that. It felt fantastic. Um, yeah, we got one more set. Um, this angle really makes it look like I am not hitting depth. I swear I am. It really feels like I am. I am sinking. Maybe these I didn't sink as deep as I should, but when it comes to the other angles, I definitely am hitting that perfect like hip crease below the top of the kneecap type of depth. So yeah. Um, we have deadlifts. So deadlifts today felt kind of weird, and I think I know why. I started warming up with my stance too big, um, and then when I got up in weight, like, I felt the hip rise, and I was like, oh shit. But I ended up fixing it at the top single. 120 flew, 170 flew, good warm ups. 190 flew, and that was my top single today. I was supposed to go to 195 if this felt good, but I had to rush. But you could see, like, I really stayed patient off the floor, snappy lockout, and shit felt amazing. I really think I could pull like 500 at a super light RPE at this point, but we're just gonna keep with the same progression. I honestly don't know what we're supposed to hit next week, but I was supposed to do these sets of 6 with 150 kilos, and since that single just felt so money, I was like, fuck it, like we're doing 3 reds because I'm too lazy to unload the bar and then put the yellow on. But yeah, um, this set I actually think was my best. I had like really good technique. My stance was set very well, and obviously with the straps, I didn't have to worry about tearing my thumb again. But here I actually did a set of 5, so a little bit disappointed, but what are you gonna do? But yeah, overall, pretty happy with how this past week went. Honestly, I just have to keep working, and I know that when December comes around, things are gonna go well. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.